How's it going? I'm Tourettes, and I'm going to talk some shit on Cheese and Toast. With the new album, we started writing it, me and San, who does all the music. We started writing it in about 2008, and then we had it finished by about mid last year, and then I went to Australia for a year. And we had an idea that was going to be put out in various different ways and various different ways of funding it and stuff, and all those fell through. And so we just sort of had this album sitting there and no real way to put it out. And then Scratch 22 got signed to Round Trip Mars. And I was like, and then through that I heard that Jim, like my music or whatever, and I thought, well, I might as well approach him. And I always thought I quite liked what he'd done with his various artists and stuff. And so we sent him the demos of maybe 5 or 6 songs, and he liked those, and it kind of just went from there. But yeah, basically the album was finished writing more or less in 2010. So yeah, it's like a year of sitting with it.
Right.
Obviously that situation in a way was kind of frustrating, I guess, because we had this album and it was really good, but I think as far as putting out songs, the oldest song I guess would be 3 years old now. The songs, because we had about 30 odd songs, we got it down to 11 or 12, and they're the best songs, and we kind of refine them. So it's sort of they are really solid. It's not like maybe if the songs went 100% and us putting them out now, it would obviously. But I feel they're so strong that it's cool. I guess with this album, it is more further away from what people would define as traditional hip hop, even than the last one, which was kind of away as well. And I guess that's the direction that I've been kind of heading in, not consciously, not like I want to separate myself from anyone in particular or any scene or whatever. It just kind of happened as it does as you develop creatively, you go on your own path. But I guess earlier on I was much more interested in improving myself in a hip hop sense and battling and freestyling and doing all that kind of stuff, and then I kind of did that, and then I was like, well, let's try and go somewhere else with this. And I was lucky enough to meet Scratch 22 and had San, who already knew, have his rap hip hop production come up to a level where it was ready to start doing stuff, and so I was able to sort of go off in these weird tangents with those guys because without them it totally couldn't have happened, because I would have been stuck just rapping over traditional beats, and there's only so much you can really do within that. So I've been very blessed in that sense, to have those two to work with, So with this album, we're going to do a tour, which is myself, Jay Rocha, whose album Cheer Up Jay just dropped a couple of weeks ago, then Alphabet Head, who is working on some new stuff too. And basically the idea of the tour is for it to be kind of like a carnival. It's called The Wonderful World of the Weird. And it's got a circus kind of theme, and there's going to be all that kind of stuff. We've got a big drip backdrop, and we're just combining our sets together. And I guess that as artists, with 3 people who have gone off in very divergent kind of directions or whatever creatively, and so it's kind of exciting for us all to come together. And as a solo artist, it's always fun when you get to kind of be in a group briefly, Well, I guess I feel like right now there's obviously a new generation of people coming up, which is pretty. On one hand, it's kind of exciting. Obviously, there's artists like Homebrew and those kind of people, and even Tommy Ill. I really like his last album, was cool, and people doing. But then there's also, I feel that kind of willful ignorance of the hip hop music has got to the point now where it's sort of it seems to be the only way that people feel like they can relate to it is by being sort of detached and ironic. Whereas to me, it's it's a shame, because I think what's so cool about it is the opposite of that you can totally immerse yourself in it and you can be part of this thing that can mean that you get to do all this awesome shit like travel and meet all these people that you would never meet from different socioeconomic or different parts of the country or the world or whatever. But that doesn't seem to be, for a lot of people, it doesn't seem to be interesting to them. Which I don't know if that's just me being old or what the fuck, but yeah, that's something I've definitely noticed. Even with how Odd Future was, really blowing up and stuff, and they're alright. I mean, they can rap at least, which is more than you say for a lot of MCs these days. But I feel like they're not doing anything particularly exciting. I mean, Gravediggers and Necro and shit did what they're doing 10, 15 years earlier, and probably better. The one rapper I'm actually really excited about from overseas is Danny Brown. I think he's cool. He's sort of, bringing back that kind of obnoxious, he's a character, you know what I mean? He's not trying to fucking sell 1 million records or some shit. He's giving all his albums away for free on the internet and just just this weird dude. But he can rap his ass off as well, which that's exciting. But yeah, I do think it's a shame that people don't embrace it just a little bit more and don't just feel so self-conscious about that kind of world, you know? I don't know, yeah, if it makes any sense. The newest album, like the whole album, I did it with San Barrett, who's the bass player in Vietnam War, which is a first for me because normally I get beats off different people. With him, it was all him doing it, and because he can play instruments and shit, like I could go to him and be like, oh, I got this thing, and he could play it, and we could develop it like that, which is cool. And yeah, and it was. I felt with this album, like everyone on this album is like pretty much like a close friend. I was thinking about it the other day how it's not like in the past, you know, I might have wanted to work with LP or A$AP Rock, or you know, you think, oh, it'd be amazing to get Jolie Holland or one of those people to be on your album and sing on it, but like this one, I feel like I wouldn't even really want that. Like I feel like the San's beats are just so good, and Kiwi's singing and Matthew's singing is so amazing that I feel like it's just, you know, like as much as it'd be cool to work with those people or whatever, it's like I feel like the talent in this country is crazy, especially after going to Australia. You really notice that. So yeah, listen to the album and hear lots of talented people. Thanks for watching my opinionated ramblings. This is what my album cover looks like. I don't have it on me, just got the sticker. And it's like this but bigger. And you should buy it and come to the shows and we'll have a gay old time. Thank you.